Welcome back to From the Pages, where history lives in staples and smudged ink, and where today we take a deep dive into the chaotic, unfiltered, unforgettable February 1998 issue of Wrestling World, a time capsule of the Attitude Era that hits harder than a steel chair to the skull. The moment you glance at the cover, you know what kind of storm you're walking into. Stone cold, Steve Austin snarling into the camera center frame, surrounded by bold yellow and blood red fonts screaming cold blooded, flanked by teaser mentions of the Million Dollar Man, Bret Hart, Golddust, and a special expose on Rick Rude in Exile. The table of contents barely tries to contain the madness. There's gossip, gear ads, hotline numbers, fan mail, photo collages, and editorials brimming with attitude, and just enough actual journalism to call it a magazine. The first big feature goes deep on Austin, painting him as an anti-hero born of fire and backlash, a man who flipped off tradition as hard as he flipped off Vince McMahon, portraying him as the embodiment of everything the fans had been denied in a corporate-controlled product, unpolished, unapologetic, and utterly magnetic. His stunner wasn't just a finisher, it was a revolution. Austin's rise is compared to a cultural rebellion with mentions of record breaking t shirt sales, TV rating surges, and his infamous feud with authority. Across the next few pages, the tone shifts from explosive to elegiac with a powerful piece on ravishing Rick Rude, described as a bitter nomad cast out by a business he helped shape. The article mourns the loss of his in ring presence while elevating his mind for the business, his ability to manipulate, to command heat, to draw the kind of jeers you could bottle and sell. Rude is cast here as a ghost haunting the locker rooms of WCW and ECW, a legend waiting to be reclaimed or lost forever. Then comes a colorful and conflicted retrospective on Golddust, covering his bizarre transformation from cartoonish genderbender to surreal anti-hero to broken icon, and back again, calling him both performance art and combat boots and a dusty golden canvas for Dustin Rhodes to wrestle with his own identity. It touches on the controversy, the bravery, and the deeper brilliance of a man who redefined gimmickry by daring to get uncomfortable. There's a sidebar on Marlena, a timeline of character shifts and speculation about whether the WWF would ever let him fully evolve again. Just as you're catching your breath, the next bomb drops with a sprawling, bitterly poetic take on Bret the Hitman Hart, fresh off the Montreal screwjob, now exiled in WCW. The tone is mournful, angry, and unfiltered, calling Bret the last technician in a world of punchlines and painting the screwjob not as an isolated incident but the final nail in the coffin of trust between wrestler and promoter. The magazine reflects on Bret's unmatched technical ability, the ethics of loyalty, and the looming question of whether WCW would ever understand how to use him. Letters from readers pour in, many still confused or enraged by what happened in Montreal, while others stand with Vince, showing that even fans were divided in this new age of blurred reality. The middle section of the magazine is a beautiful mess of wrestling subculture. An explosion of hotline numbers promising dirt sheets and secret gossip, iron on t shirt ads with quotes like layeth the smacketh down and know your role, a few choice diagrams of takedown holds with names like the Cobra Clutch Slam and Modified Camel Driver, and challenge coupons for fantasy leagues that let kids book matches between imagined creations and actual stars like DDP or Chris Benoit. There's a lengthy editorial by Ernie Santilli titled Separating Fact from Fallacy, arguing against fan myths that WCW was dying or that WWF was doomed to fail. It lays out actual house show attendance, shirt sales, and PPV metrics to back up claims that wrestling was hotter than ever and heading for global saturation. That leads into one of the more surprising segments, a cold, calculating profile of the Million Dollar Man, portraying him not just as a retired legend or NWO hanger-on, but as a sinister executive mastermind, a WCW's quiet power broker, the man they say made everyone an offer. The article suggests that Ted was orchestrating NWO politics from the shadows, securing funding, scouting talent, and manipulating match outcomes, all while laughing in silk suits. It name drops Wild Red Berry as a managerial influence while suggesting billionaire Ted saw the NWO not as a faction but a full corporate hostile takeover. It's eerie, believable, and loaded with speculation, implying that his disappearance from television was as strategic as it was sinister. From there, the magazine dips into absurdity with a parody style feature on Dennis Rodman trying to trademark the term Slam God, and a look at Lex Luger's upcoming gym line, which comes complete with a personalized workout VHS. You flip the page, and suddenly you're reading about Sable allegedly being cast in an upcoming music video for Adam Bomb's grunge rock project, while the Honky Tonk Man is said to be opening a theme bar shaped like a guitar in Tennessee. It's part dirt sheet, part fever dream. Pages 60 to 70 blend a wrestling lifestyle with tabloid chaos, including a list of 10 rumored romantic pairings in the locker room. Some believable, some absurd, all unverified. Then just when it couldn't get weirder, you find yourself in the classifieds, staring at bold claims from companies selling wrestling bootlegs, championship belts, autograph collections, and no kidding, a custom fragrance called Biochem pitched as a modern chemical romance accelerator with phrases like biologically reactive pheromone system and space-age love delivery. The ad includes faux scientific diagrams and a quote from an unnamed WWF manager suggesting the spray got him a date with a centerfold. There's also a 2-page spread for wrestling psychic readings, a contest to win a replica of Austin's leather vest, and a fan essay about how the NWO is the new Illuminati. And finally, we land on the back cover where a black and white promo photo of Austin stares down the reader like a dare, as if to say, you can read about it, you can watch it, but you'll never control it. The entire issue is soaked in rebellion, energy, sleaze, speculation, storytelling, and the beautiful madness that only pro wrestling in the late 90s could deliver. It's raw, weird, unforgettable, and it's all here. Captured in the pages of Wrestling World, February 1998. So, if you lived through this era, if you ever taped Shotgun Saturday Night off your VCR, or got yelled at for calling a hotline you couldn't afford, this one's for you. Smash that like button, send it to your old tag team partner, and subscribe for more from the pages, where every issue is a pile driver into the past, and every memory lives forever in print